All right, man, we got a point guard moving today. It was not Kyrie Irving. It's John Wall. He and the Rockets agreed to a buyout. He's going to the Clippers. Real quick for Houston, we don't know the specifics of that buyout. I'm assuming that it's not them stretching out the contract over several years. I'm assuming it's a one-year thing, and who knows how much money John Wall was willing to leave on the table for that. So yeah, there you go. Now for the Clippers' sake, I mean, look, it has been a while since we have seen John Wall play basketball. Specifically, I believe it was April 23rd, 2021, because I just checked that beforehand. The most interesting thing to me with this is just the extra potential drives to the basket that Wall can give the Clippers around Kawhi and PG, right? Now we're going to have to see. Like, how much burst does John Wall still have? What is his first step looking like? How good is he in transition and all that? Because if he's still got, like, at least a decent amount of that in there, then that could be great. Because that is, of course, you know, PG and Kawhi doing their thing, which is a lot of the time isolations or coming around a screen and then the defense collapses a little bit. If Wall can pump fake, get by his defender who's attacking him on a closeout, that sort of thing, and then from there make the next play, whether that's finishing himself, whether that is kicking it to, I don't know, Terrence Mann who's spotting up in the corner, or one of Kawhi and PG, then that's nice. Now, there is another side of this, of course, which is, you know, John Wall's three-pointer, and I'm going to assume the teams are going to dare him to shoot from outside. And so whether that's him making those shots, whether that's him, again, attacking closeouts enough to where teams, they're still going to do it, but maybe they don't have as much luxury as they'd like to do it. We're going to see there. How many times are we going to see John Wall just running pick and roll for this team? You know, again, second units, I can certainly see it. When Kawhi and PG are both in the game, my guess is it's not going to be like a whole lot, but it's going to be more than never, right? And, you know, he'll typically run those with Zubats or Hartenstein, if Hartenstein's still going to be on the team moving forward, because he's a free agent right now. My guess is the teams will drop on most John Wall screens as they did when he was at his best, right? And so does that result in a pull-up jumper from Wall? Is he content with just not shooting the ball in general as much, I guess? I mean, he's going to have to be, since he's going to be at the most number 3 in the pecking order on this team. And there's a chance you're going to see some games where John Wall takes, like, I don't know, 7 shot attempts or whatever. Like, you know, what's the mentality he's going to have coming into this? But I think if teams can get John Wall to shoot a bunch of mid-range pull-ups, and those are possessions that are not PG and Kawhi doing whatever they're going to do, then I think defenses will take that. So whether that is Wall being good at those or not running as many pick and rolls as he once did, like, obviously he's not going to, so I feel like I'm talking in circles a little bit, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is, obviously we're not going to see John Wall running the show, but I don't think we're going to see John Wall the role player either. And so what comes with that between the jump shot and shot attempts per game, we'll just see. Defensively, that's another question as well. We have seen John Wall throughout a stretch of his career be one of the better to best defensive guards in the league. At this point, he is not that anymore, to put it nicely. But with this Clippers team and the amount of good defensive wings they've got on this team, right? Switchability, you know, between Kawhi, PG, of course, Terrence Mann. We'll see if Nick Batum's still on the team. They've got Covington, they got Morris, Norm Powell. If he's tasked with guarding smaller guys than he was guarding in Portland, I think he can be better defensively. There's a lot of guys to where John Wall doesn't have to defend the best or second best guy on the opposing team. And, you know, against second units, he should be better defensively as well. I mean, this team was great defensively last year with Kawhi not playing. We'll see. This is a big ol' we'll see, with the ceiling being a really good low-cost move for the Clippers. Now, what does this do for Reggie Jackson? I don't know. I mean, I would imagine John Wall is going to come into training camp looking to get the starting point guard spot. Reggie has done everything he can to solidify that over the last couple of seasons. Granted, the Clippers have also not been loaded at point guard, but I think they've also gotten the most out of him that they can ask for. So we'll see with those two. Look, man, for the Clippers, given how expensive of a roster they are, $170 million, according to Basketball Reference, for next season, on top of the fact that they've made several moves that leave them without all the draft picks in the world, to have something like this open up for them, I think that's pretty all right. And even if it ends up not being a home run for them, which, again, it could be, John Wall could be like a great extra piece for this team, the cost was just not that high, I would assume. So Okay, let's see what John Wall still got, and yeah.